We have a glorious morning board for all things NBA today, and we're going to hammer out a three-pick flex for you right here, right now. Let's go. Listen, I've talked about this before. The morning videos are sometimes difficult. I have a 62% hit rate on those. On my VIP picks, it's nearly a 65.6%. In fact, that's on the dot. 65.6% VIP hit rate. That 3.6% difference makes a huge difference over the long haul. So, why is it better? Well, it's often because when I'm doing my VIP picks for my members in Discord, I've got a full board, 40, 50 selections to choose from. I can be a little bit more optimal. Morning video, sometimes I've got 12, 13 different picks to choose from, and I've got to put together 3 or 4 picks and make them count. And it's tight. It's tight. But I have found 3 glorious picks today based on a lot of trends, matchup data, and of course some Vegas odds. Let's look at them. All right, first one, let's look at Darius Garland, projected points 25.5. When I go over here to Odds Jam, and I can see Darius Garland's over right here on FanDuel, minus 130. That's pretty healthy. It's sometimes pretty rare to see a minus 130, a minus 140, somewhere in that range over there on prizepicks. Often when you can find these, I often will just add them into my pool if the trends and the matchup and the data also aligns. And then once I see something like this, it's kind of the cherry on top. I really like this morning. So I actually had Darius Garland hitting the over. And when I've looked at Darius Garland playing 37 plus minutes, he is hitting over 25.5 at a very high rate. I think that we have an opportunity here to, kind of take a guy who's going to probably take 24, 25 shots tonight. Same as Trae Young on the other side. Unfortunately, Trae Young at 29.5. even in 34 plus minute games with 22 plus shots, still only hits the over in 53% of his games. So I ended up going with Darius Garland in this matchup. Next up, Reggie Jackson over 4.5 assists. Yeah, buddy. I love this one. All right, next up, Reggie Jackson over 4.5 projected assists. I love this one. This line makes no sense to me. I thought we'd see something much higher over here in Odds Jam. Minus 148 on Barstool. Extremely high. Minus 124 over on FanDuel if you're looking for best odds. Thank you, FanDuel. I think this is a shoo-in over 4.5 assists. Reggie Jackson with 30 plus minutes with Paul George on the court. He has hit this, and I'm talking this season, Paul George on the court over 30 minutes has hit this in nearly 80% of his games. And he's been hitting at a very high rate as of late with PG-13 back on the lineup. Against the Pelicans, I think this game's going to be high scoring. Reggie over 4.5. At those types of odds, when you're finding them 130, 140, minus 148, minus 135, minus 148, minus 132, minus 1. I mean, now we have 2 picks here with tremendous odds. Now, the last one, Ivica Zubac, kind of goes against what we see on the odds. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you kind of my thought process here of why I'm actually going to be choosing the over. Now, the odds on Ivica for the rebounds, I'm sliding up here. I'm going to click player rebounds. I scroll down, I look for his name. It's all organized here alphabetically. Ivica Zubac over 8.5. Now you can see, it's minus 105, plus 102. Great odds. I put this post last night in my Discord, actually one of my sports betting picks, and I think we got it at plus 105 last night on FanDuel Sportsbook. And, I don't really understand this line, and maybe they're thinking he's going to get in foul trouble or is going to have trouble against the Pelicans or something. But he just played the Pelicans on April 3rd, and in 25 minutes of action, my guy had 3 fouls, but he had 14 rebounds. Now, he's played the Pelicans 4 times this year. He's at 11, 4, 5, and 14 rebounds. The 2 games where he only had 4 and 5 rebounds, Ivica Zubac only played 18 and 20 minutes. The other 2, where he played 28 and 25, he went for 11 and 14 boards. Now, if you're looking at Ivica and you look at his recent game log, you'll start to see a man who is certainly a huge part of this team's, playoff push here and being a focal point of this team, because this is a guy whose minutes kind of ebbed and flowed throughout the season based on, the importance of games and matchups and if he got in foul trouble and stuff like that. But he played 31.5 minutes against the Timberwolves last game. He's played 23 plus in 5 straight. And hey, guess what? Of course. So as the Clippers were making this playoff push, the final 5 games of the season. He was super important in the rotation, right? Well, of course. So he played 23 plus minutes. All 5 games, he had 9 plus rebounds. He actually had 11 plus in 4 of the 5. I actually think that this is a spot where you could potentially take Ivica Zubac over 8.5 on a sports book for plus 102. Then you could ladder him over 9.5 for plus 148, over 10.5, 235. You can go up to I'm sure the 12 plus rebound for Ivica would be up there, probably 550, 600, and you get over 13.5 plus 800. Of course, you're sprinkling, a little Sparry fairy dust down there by the time you get to these really long odds. But, the fact that he's gone there. I mean, he went to 11 plus rebounds in 4 of the last 5 games. Over 10.5 is plus 235. And matchup against the Pelicans, he had 11 and 14 against them 2 times this season. So it's not like he hasn't gone there against the Pelicans, and it's not like he hasn't gone there in their most recent games, which he has been smashing, averaging 11.4 boards in the last 5 games. You're getting plus 102 odds on Ivica Zubac, over 8.5 boards on sportsbooks. And while I don't often take a lot of plus odds plays on prize picks, I just think that this line is off, and maybe I'm wrong, and we'll find out soon enough. And there's been, I'm looking at it right now, there's more picks that are up there this morning. So we might even be able to find better lines. Truly, you probably could even find better lines this morning on some of these players and some of these stats. But here's the deal. I am giving this one out for free. I'm going to dive so deep into the data to finish my day and make sure that my members have 4 pick groupings, probably several of them, put together, 4 and 5 pick flexes. And I am going to hopefully help my members win a lot of money today in NBA. I love these 2-game NBA slates. I'm going to try to hammer all Friday picks tonight. I'll worry about Saturday tomorrow and see if we can just destroy tonight and make some money heading into the weekend. Patreon.com/Sparry. If you are checking this out for the first time, you've never tried Prize Picks, promo code Donuts will give you a 100% deposit match up to $100. And if you do join our Patreon, we have all sorts of website tools and simulation models. We have cheat sheets and data sheets and trends and prop sheets. And of course, our Discord picks are the cherry on top. If you're a data junkie or you like information, we've got a ton of it. The picks are literally the cherry on top. Members over plus 120 units on the season 2022. And hopefully you join us. I'll see you in Discord. Take care, my friends.